So you got to see the video too. Now, as a wrap up, what I've illustrated to all of you who have watched my broadcast and post know firsthand about what it is to recover and survive abuse, now to live again. Um, Now, I know that having gone through a divorce, gone through all these things, and now I'm 47 years old, so obviously for me, it's like stepping out into the real world again and living again. For me, it's not about those things, it's about adapting and making changes. And this, to me personally, is between me and my therapist. I don't talk about these type of issues specifically because I know in general um, we're all in different places with child abuse survivors. My personal story I find is unique. I was 14. I walked in on it and I heard the screams of children, and that began my battle, more or less. My uncle, who at the time was my grandfather's brother, my grandfather was the attorney for the Pittsburgh police, and instead, because my grandfather had passed away, my Uncle Izzy was down the street that day, and being 14 years old, I ran to him, and we called the police, and what became, it's been a very difficult journey for most of us who were intricately involved. I haven't really dealt with a lot of the things I've gone through personally. Um, I had nightmares for years about it too, so um, when I think about the kids that were directly involved, and because I was indirectly involved, I'm what they call a secondary victim. So I'm not like the primary victim, obviously, but I do know the difference between a good touch and a bad touch. I do know these things. I dated, I had boyfriends in high school. So these things to me are relevant. So when I look at what we've been going through personally, and I think what goes on outside that, those our home, the things that keep us safe at night, the security, all those things were really taken from a lot of us. Um, Again, it's just getting back to feeling safe again. It's getting back to coexisting with a family, being able to integrate families. Um, a lot of times families are estranged. Um, they've overcome their own personal difficulties. Maybe they have lived good lives. I mean, the point is, a lot of us are still coping with a lot of the losses that came through this. So, to me, um, that's why we do what we do. It's not, I mean, believe me, I know there's other things that get me up in the morning, believe me. But in my heart and soul, in my gut, I believe strongly about getting active and being proactive and being a voice to those little ones, the ones that can't speak for themselves, the ones that can't place a police report. So that's why we're involved in this. We become the voice of the voiceless, literally. So to me, this is just a step in the right direction. To me, there are children worldwide that need the people to be a voice for the children. Advocacy, there's CASA. There are programs where we need to stay connected and stand up for the kids. And you see hashtag Our Children Matter. And there are groups everywhere throughout Facebook, Steam It, YouTube, and I believe there's a couple other links, and I'll put some information below here. Stay with it. Keep doing what you're doing, especially Marlisa and a lot of you. I encourage you to keep at it, because to me, you're making a difference in my life as well, because there are people that are speaking out for me and children out there who need that kind of support, especially coming from a broken home where there's alcohol and drugs involved, and a lot of times these children have lived entirely dysfunctional lives. So I just read a recent report, 700,000 children in the United States right now are homeless. So to me, We have to vet these people who take on children, especially the children at the border. So to me, we have a bigger mission here in America, and especially at our border. Please, please, reach out, reach out to those who are working in these programs, especially at children's hospitals throughout the region, here locally in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, your local hospitals. If you see signs of abuse, if you see anything, please take note, contact Childline. That is the first way, that's the only way to reach out for all of us who are intricately involved, especially when it comes to doctors and doctors in the emergency rooms. The reporting process is a legal responsibility of those in a position to do that. So I encourage you to keep doing what you're doing, because this is a bigger thing than just what happens on our front porch. To me, it can happen in your backyard. It can happen wherever you're at. So keep at it. Thank you for listening.